All right, guys, we're back. Here we are, Maniacs React. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Again, it's just Jim and I here tonight. I'm John. Ryan is still out, believe it or not. He's been out for, I don't know,
4 weeks.
4 weeks now with his lower back, so really bad deal. So we're praying for him, and we're really hoping that he can get back on his feet, quite literally.
Yeah.
And get back over here, too, and do this with us. So welcome back, guys. This is Maniacs React. We are Maniacs Garage. And in this video, these videos on these Thursday nights that we shoot here in our little secret lair studio, this is where we pick 3 cars. So 2 cars that we are pretty stoked about,
yeah.
And then a third card that's kind of a bonus, kind of wild card, and you never know what you get.
A wild card?
It's a wild card, man.
It's a wild car or wild card?
Sure, it's both.
Yeah, okay. They're unique.
Yeah, so
the third car is, they're all unique, but the third car is unique.
And it's sometimes more unique than others.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what it is, and then we give it a rating system. So Jim, why don't you tell them what the rating system is? Just remind them if you guys are repeat followers, you guys already know what's going on. Repeat viewers, you guys already know what's going on here, and we thank you guys for watching, and thank you guys for subscribing and doing all of that. And if you guys are brand new, then this is what you want to learn on how we do this here.
So I'm glad you asked, John. So we got a 3-tier rating system here at Maniacs Garage, and our first level, the lowest level, that would be the
cranker. Cranker.
The cranker. So cranker, like it's turning over. Maybe see a little oil pressure on the gauge. A couple.
But
RPMs,
remember, it's this way.
A couple RPMs, and it's just not turning over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could use a little more help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe no fuel.
That's right.
Yeah. So then we have our cruiser. It's right in here. Never really hits much more than 3,000 to 4,000 RPM. Kind of just middle of the road.
We kind of like it. We're kind of vibing, but we're not 100% there on that one.
And then we have
on the limiter. And that's when we are just super stoked about that car.
Pumped up.
That's right. That was on the limiter, boys and girls. That's the turbo right there, running on the limiter. So really cool, man. So, but we're gonna dive right in, you guys. So first car is gonna be super cool. Really. I mean, we really kind of dug. We dig this look.
We gonna dig it.
We're gonna dig this look.
Yeah.
This is a rat rod, and we love ratty stuff. So
bring it on, John.
Without further ado, I'm going to pop this in here, and it is the D-Rod by Welder Up Vegas. Yeah, man. So Steve Darnell, I believe, is the original builder on this. This was probably built, I want to say 14 years ago is what we saw out there. So it's been around for quite some time. It was one of the original 6-cylinder turbo diesels out there. So it's a twin turbo, so compounding turbo. We've talked about that on other episodes before. We really love how that works. So you got a smaller turbo that spools faster, and it feeds a bigger turbo, and then that spools harder.
Yeah.
So you got big power right there, compounding power. And I don't know what the horsepower on this thing is, but I gotta imagine it's in the probably close to 1,000, maybe more. Don't know for sure. There's a lot of stuff out there on this car. You guys can actually find this guy at Welder Up Vegas. And I know many of you guys probably know this car already, but this thing is just super cool. Jim, I don't know about you, man, but I really like the bare steel treatment. He always does this like signature kind of rivets, kind of does some rivets along the car.
A lot of rivets, a lot of welding tacks used as accents.
Yeah, it makes it like more industrial looking, it's very cool.
Up front there with the angle, with the expanded metal cover over the radiator, though it's really good. And then he goes into some perforated metal up by the the A-pillar there.
Yeah.
So it just accents all over, custom fab. Heavy fab, and up behind the front wheel, you see a lot of fabrication work right there, right
Yeah,
there.
underneath,
Really
yeah.
cool, really
Yeah,
cool work right there.
That's to create some structure with the way that they like
Mm.
Z-frame, or you
Yeah.
know, it's really not a Z-frame, but a lot of times they call it that, where they drop the frame down so that the body can sit even lower, but you got enough suspension in the front, you know, so it kind of comes up, rises up a little bit, and you got to gusset it to give it some strength there. So that right there, the bottom there with the holes in it. And then, you know, check this out, man. That pipe wrapped on top, I think that's the intercooler for sure.
Well,
Actually,
yeah,
built
there
into
it
the
is.
wing, dude. So
Yeah.
in the back wing, there's an intercooler built in for the turbos because you gotta keep that air cool that's actually getting pumped into the engine because the turbos they're spun up by the exhaust, so they're hot. And so then you're pumping hot air into the intake. That's never good because cold air is more dense than hot air, and you want a lot of air in there for a lot of fuel for a lot of burn.
Yeah, the colder the air, the tighter the molecules of fuel will be, and more molecules of fuel
and oxygen
equals
equals more boom.
More boom.
More boom boom. So that's an intercooler, and that's really cool the way that it runs across the top right there. And it's wrapped with the heat shield because that thing's hot.
Yeah,
it's unique, man.
It's unique.
Unique in a good way.
Clever though. Cleverly unique.
Wow, cleverly unique. That's a good combination of words, Jim.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then like the seats, I don't know, man. Just everything about this car is just very, very cool.
I don't know if I'd fit in that seat.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. You probably would in that one. It's probably just low and wide.
It's
Jim's you know, got a little well, nah, I don't know. Those seats are pretty tight, dude. I don't think you're gonna fit into them now that I see them more.
They look pretty tight. Yep.
Yeah, you're gonna need the XL seats.
Yeah.
Order XL seats from Status next time. It's a running joke, you guys, and it's funny because we built the '49 Ford. It's funny, but it's not funny. But Jim's a good sport, so we can joke about it. But when we built the '49 Ford, we ordered the racing seats from Status, and it turned out that Jim's booty was not fitting in that thing.
No. Like my hips are just too wide.
Yeah, but really, it's not your butt; it's your pants that make your butt look big. So that's why it didn't fit.
Yeah, no, it's just I don't know. They're just not man-sized seats.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I can take it. I can take it.
Yeah, well, dishing back, huh?
Hey, you know what?
You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna dish it. You gotta be able to receive it.
You know, to work on a product for 2 years and in the end not be able to fit in it and not even be able to drive it. You know?
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer, man.
Kicking the shorts.
Hey, so want to see this thing in action?
I do.
All right. Well, here it is. Check it out. So it does the biz, man. It is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, I love the stack coming up, the top middle. I mean, it's you know, I wonder. We gotta have to talk to Duke and ask him if this was an inspiration for him because his rat rod is definitely has some styling cues that were picked up from this thing. And it stand out on its own, obviously. Yeah. And we featured that car several weeks back on this Maniacs React episode or series. So that was really cool. So, dude, I think it's I think we got to give this thing a rating.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna let you go first.
You're gonna let me go first. You're so nice, man.
I'm gonna give you the honor. It's
all right.
You know, it's like I'll give you the honors.
I like to stretch the time out, but why? Because I already know this thing obviously is on the. Ooh. You know, that was a little different. But it's on the limiter.
It's on the limiter. Yeah. Okay.
So that's the highest rating that we can give.
Okay, so I'm gonna give it my rating too.
Wow, you kept it on there. You kept it on the limiter for a while, man.
You know, I was driving it like Ryan drives it.
Yeah, dude. Ryan's an animal.
He's abusive.
He's a beast.
He's a mechanical abuser.
He really is, dude. He does keep his things maintained and keeps them up really well, but he definitely drives things hard.
He pushes it.
So I'm a little sketchy when he wants to drive the 49. Yeah. Last time actually it broke, but it really wasn't his fault. No. But it was funny. It was funny.
Yeah.
So hey man, I think it's time to actually, right in the middle of these two first vehicles, we usually like to mention one of our sponsors, and this guy's super cool. So I'd like to put this thing out there. So this thing is it's a tool, and it's called the Restorer tool.
It is.
It's a really, really sweet setup. So his page, Instagram page is Inventor of the Restorer. Inventor of the Restorer. There it is?
Yeah, it's got some dots in there.
Yes, Inventor of the Restorer. And it's just such a cool tool, man. So we use this to strip the paint off the 49, and it worked so well. I mean, we did start with the chemical treatment first and kind of got the bulk of 70 years plus of paint off the car.
Oh, man.
Do you remember that? You remember that?
Yeah, I'll never forget.
You'll never forget.
Yeah.
I'm glad I can provide memories.
Yeah.
So this thing you can use different, as you see in there, you can use different types of rollers, different media. So they have like real soft stuff that's like more some sort of a nylon to
abrasive.
like really abrasive. So and everything in between.
Yeah,
and
metal,
everything in between. So yeah, these guys are using it on wood right now, but you can use it on metal.
Yeah, I mean you can grind metal with it.
And he's got a good story too. So the guy's name is Robert. I think he's second generation in the business that he's in, and which is not this tool. This tool is actually kind of a side spin-off of their actual business. Do you remember the actual business?
No.
Well, I'm going to remind you. So they actually do these large trench plates for construction, right? Heavy trench plates.
Yeah, I don't remember this at all, man.
You remember it? Oh, well,
no.
So that's their actual business. I think it goes back to his father, and then he took it over or something like that, and they needed to clean these massive trench plates, like real thick, multiple inches of, and large huge plates, right?
You're dusting some,
they had to clean it, and they were using, some sort of a tool, but it kept gumming up. And so in order to, it was really an invention of necessity, right? So they came up with this thing, and it's a linear roller. And so it cleans itself real well, and so it cleans, they're able to kind of prep those trench plates. So he spun off a side business kind of a thing, but it's really more of a ministry tool. So it's a tool, pun intended. Get it? It's a ministry tool. It's a tool, right? But so he is actually a born-again believer. So they are using the proceeds from this to build like a retreat for, I think, pastors. And it's somewhere in the Midwest. So kind of a cool backstory on it. Go check him out either on Instagram at
the whole story.
Inventor of the Restorer, or you guys can check it out on his website, which is restorertools.com. And give him a shout. And these tools, and when we put that tool to work.
Oh yeah, like hours, days.
That thing was working, and it's still working. So love it. So Robert, thanks, man, for connecting us with this tool, and we love the whole story behind it. So God bless you, man, and hope that you get some business out of this.
For sure, and I've actually sent some out for gifts to family.
Dude, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So Ryan, actually, we have two of them in the shop, right? And Ryan's got one of them at his house and doing some things with it. So
yeah.
All right. Well, I think it's time to go to the next vehicle, man. So let's just drop right into this thing. Maybe we'll do a little. So hey, it's a center seater, dude. One seat.
Might be big enough.
But it's a mini truck.
Ooh, what? Go back. You love your 90s mini trucks.
I do like my 90s mini trucks, and this is not even a 90s, dude. This is a 70s mini truck probably. So here it is, you guys. This is actually hard to tell from these angles, but this is a, I don't know, 78, 77, something like that. Chevy Luv. Come on, how many of you guys remember that?
Give me some love.
You guys remember that? You guys gotta leave it in the comment, because these trucks were super popular, like in the 80s.
Give us a good love story.
It was a good LUV Chevy Luv.
Drop it.
Is what this truck was, and this truck was definitely a Chevy Luv, because this thing had some crazy work done to it, dude.
Crazy.
What do you notice there, Jim? That's just a little different than the stock Chevy Luv.
Well, since I've never actually seen a stock Chevy Luv.
Really?
I have not.
Dang,
no,
man.
I have not.
You're missing out.
Yeah, I see that.
It's like a legend.
I know. This is like the precursor to the S10?
I guess, yeah. This was an American mini truck, dude, right in the sea of a bunch of Japanese mini trucks out there running the streets of probably mostly the West Coast. I don't know what's happening in other areas.
I didn't see any in Chicago.
Mini trucks were massive in like the 80s, 90s. And Chevy Luv was holding down the domestic fort, man.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously they got the rear cantilever suspension. You got full tube chassis. That's what sticks out in the rear.
Yeah.
You know, you got something crazy going on with the rear diff.
Well, it's a mid-engine setup, right?
Yeah,
And so that's a transaxle back there. You know? So I'm not sure what he's using. Sometimes guys are using the transaxle from like a Corvette, and they mate the motor right to it instead of having the drive shaft. You know, because the Corvette's got the motor in the front, transaxle in the back. So that could be the case, or it could be just a custom gearbox back there.
Can you imagine? That thing is, there's no weight.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing.
Yeah, and I think he's building this for like a kind of like a Pikes Peak, like a time trial car truck. You know, big. It's gonna have big diffusers and big wing and all of that stuff. You know, to keep it on the ground, because I mean, it's gonna be gonna be a beast. You know,
it's gonna be light.
So cantilever suspension again seems to be the theme again, kind of with what we were last week. We were looking at another car.
Can you
really like that?
I can't focus my eyes on those red things in the back. I mean,
those are mock-up turbos. So those are 3D printed turbos.
Are you joking?
No, I'm serious.
Oh, okay.
So that he's using that probably to. You gonna be all right, dude? You gonna be all right?
Man, you know, I apologize. I've had this cough for weeks. It will not go away.
It's all right.
You know,
all right.
I'm a maniac. What can I say?
Just got to keep pressing through, you guys. That's really what it takes.
Yeah.
You know, got to shoot. Got to do the shoot. So we got to do this. Keep going.
What are you gonna do?
Show must go on.
The show must go on.
Show must go on. But yeah, to answer your question, so those are actually mock-up turbos, and I don't know if they're 3D printed actually, or if you can just get them that way. They're foam, you know, or some sort of a plastic.
There's a market for foam fake turbos out there.
Well, yeah, because you know he needs to figure out, and those are, by the way, they're left and right. They're opposing turbos, dude. They're really cool. So they're actually spun the other way, which is pretty sweet for a twin turbo setup. You hardly ever see that. You're always seeing they're both, you know, same way, left and right, but this is actually mirrored. So big deal. So yeah, that's where the turbos are, gonna probably be, right? So he's got them there so that he can get all his plumbing going. You know, obviously this thing's not done yet.
Yeah.
But you know, radiator in the front. You got the looks like an Optimum battery yellow top maybe in the front. You know, you try to get some more weight to the front because you got, you know, you starting to have a little bit more weight in the back now with the motor back there and everything. Single seater, that's such a cool trend, man. I've seen a few things that are going that way now. So yeah, I'm digging it. There's another couple angles of this thing. This is at some event, so he's got a little bit more of the body work on. He's got the bed sides on. You see kind of how the diffuser, or you know, in the back is starting to kind of take shape. You know, with the aluminum channels kind of standing vertical there, those flaps. But yeah, dude. I'm digging this. This is there's definitely been a lot of hours gone into this thing. So yeah, check it out, dude. It's cool, man. Like Zeus fasteners, probably. So nice, quick release. You know, you can remove the panels, and I don't know if those are the original steel panels or if they've been refabbed out of fiberglass or something. I mean, it makes sense. They might be fiberglass at this point. But yeah, dude, Chevy Luv. So Ford Courier would have been the competitor.
Never heard of it.
70s mini truck. Ford Courier. Come on, guys. You guys got to back me up out there. I'm speaking truth. Those are the American mini trucks, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Never heard.
All right, so since you gave me the courtesy of going first on the last vehicle, I'm going to give you the courtesy to go first on this one.
I'm totally loving it.
Oh! Are you LUVing it though?
Oh, it's a
All right, I joined you right in it, so I love it. I love it. It's amazing. It's an amazing project. Kudos to the guy. I think his Instagram page is _Cole_Reynolds. So check him out. He's got some more videos, reels, posts out there of that thing. So pretty sweet.
Yes, sir.
Pretty sweet. So, man, we're blazing right through. So we're going to be going to our little bonus car. I'm kind of excited about this car, man. I'll tell you why. You don't even know, but there is even more history than you're thinking on this one. So I'm going to drop it, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
That quick?
Should I go? Or should we tease a little?
I mean, that's pretty quick.
I think we should show everybody. It's a super ratty, ratty machine. This thing's pretty crazy. So first of all, do you even know what it is?
No.
You don't know what this car is? What it started life as? I mean, I wouldn't know, but the reason I do know.
Well, I know we posted it.
Well, that too. But take a guess. Come on, take a guess. Give me a country. Where do you think this car was made originally? Not this rat rod, but what it was originally.
It's definitely Europe.
It's definitely Europe. You're on the right continent.
Yeah,
That's good.
Let me hone in.
Come on, zero in. Just take a guess.
In.
You got a few countries that make cars in Europe, so it's not going to be too hard.
Are we in Germany?
No, but that's a good guess. That's a good guess. You're never going to guess it, dude.
Romania. No?
Dude, man, you're actually pretty close. So
Hungary?
Guess what? I'm gonna have to tell you. So it's made in France. This is a Renault.
Okay.
It's a Renault R12. That's why it's got that little thing there, R12 rat. Right? So this is a Renault. And Renault, I guess. It's a Renault, but it's a Renault, right?
Okay.
And it's funny that you mentioned Romania because the Eastern European countries and even into like Russia back in time, I don't know anymore, but back, when I was a kid, those guys they bought rights to certain cars and they were making them under a different nameplate in those countries. So this car was actually remade in Romania, called a different car. It's called a Dacia. So it's the same car, different nameplate on it. Probably not as well made as the original car because Eastern Europe, there was whole different.
Was Renault so I've seen the Renault factory in Paris.
Did you?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, they're still making them. They're just not selling in the U.S. So we just don't see Renaults here. I've
actually from the outside seen it.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
A world traveler over here too. Man. Yeah. We have so much cultural richness in the Maniacs. It's great.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, dude. But that's an original Renault right there, and it's the.
I don't know if it's original.
Well, I mean, it was at some point.
It was original.
So they took it, they chopped it. So the roof is chopped quite a few inches. Okay. It is a 4-door originally. They kept it a 4-door. They ditched the bumpers on it. Those are the stock taillights. And they went with some, crazy white walls. They did the little trunk mounted, carrier treasure chest, rat rod, kind of crazy. It's hard to tell in these shots, but the windows are actually metal mesh.
Yeah, it's mesh. There's no
the
glass.
Front, the side, the whole thing.
So this drew a lot of comments on the Facebook.
Yeah,
front,
we posted this on our page.
I got to field some of those, and people are like, "Oh,
the blower's fake.
The blower's meh," or like they're just trashing out. Like, well, I mean, it ain't a shiny sports car, bro. Chill out, man. It is what it is.
And you know what's crazier too? Because obviously we have a pretty good rat rod kind of movement in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
But in Europe, because I think this is still in Europe. Typically, those cars. Look at the license plate right in front of it.
It's for
like
sure in Europe.
Ford Fiesta or something in front of it, and I mean, it's got to really just throw people off. Crazy.
Well, yeah, because
it's just a crazy.
So over there,
style.
like, they have way stringent laws.
Yeah,
your car's got to pass inspection. Like, this
it just depends on what country it's in.
Yeah,
because in Germany, this does not fly.
No way.
This does not fly.
So,
and it's funny that you mentioned that people comment on this kind of stuff because I do catch some of the comments on things too. Like, I would never, you can never drive that. And I'm like, well, you can't drive it here. You can't drive it where you are, I guess, but yeah.
Right. Yeah. So that one of the things is, 2 doors on one side and one and then a small one on the back of it.
That's funny. I just noticed that on one of the wraparounds here that I never noticed before.
Here it comes.
I did see that the driver's side back door is shorter. That's not original. That was something that these guys re-engineered. Well, I don't know. It's crazy. I can't tell what it is exactly. Oh yeah, they extended the front door, dude. They made it like a 2-door front door. It's
got like stuff punched in the side or written.
Yeah, written in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, dude, I
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I like the crazy raw metal. I like just the craziness of it. You know,
It's got Mad Max vibes,
Very.
which you're into.
Very. I am. You know, I don't know why. I just love that kind of stuff. It's just cool.
I know that's your jam. You're jamming. I mean, I like that it's got a fake blood of a person it might have hit.
Yeah, with a like a sprocket that's just,
it's got
wedged into
chainsaw
the hood.
massacre type.
A little bit of that. Yeah, I got a nice fake blower sticking through, and it's got these searchlights on the front or spotlights from the old cop cars, and then it's got the visor on the. I don't know, it's just got a lot of stuff going on. I'm kind of digging a lot of this.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I'm gonna rate it, man.
That's what we're here to do.
I'm gonna rate it, and I think the reality is that I want to give it a rev limit, but underneath I don't know. I can't tell what's happening. It's probably just the stock 4-cylinders, what these cars were, the interiors. Probably just I don't know what it is. I need to see more of it to give it more. But with the limited knowledge that I have of it, I'm gonna have to give it a cruiser, and that's the most I can give it right now.
Yeah. So the one thing that that's definitely unique. That's kind of the word of the day, or of our lives, is the fact that when you pull up on that at a gas station, you're breaking necks.
Yeah, you're talking to people.
Yeah, people are talking to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not a cranker. It's not a cranker. So I'm with you.
It's more than a cranker, but it's not a limiter.
No,
yeah,
it's not a limiter.
Yeah, so you're in agreement with me on this one.
Yeah, it's right in there.
That's a cruiser.
What?
Yeah.
What? I guess that was kind of a dirt bike, but whatever.
Was that a 4-stroke or a 2-stroke? It was a 4-stroke.
It was 4.
Yeah,
I mean.
There you go. That's a 2-stroke right
smell
there.
It?
I do smell it, man. It smells
Love
good.
me some 2-stroke.
Yeah, we're messed up, dude.
Yeah.
We love our cars, bikes, boats, things.
And our fuel
fun.
smells.
They're fun. But we definitely love the Lord more.
Yeah.
And that's where we find our grounding. All the stuff is super fun and super cool, but that's something that gives us hope and just the peace that we have. So it's cool. So, dude, yeah, I think we jammed right to the end of this episode. So again, if some of you guys stayed all the way to the end, we got something for you. And this time we brought it so that we can show it to you guys. This is our sticker pack. Look at that. Vanna White right here, herself, demonstrating the sticker pack that we have to give away.
Yes.
So 6 stickers that are on one sheet. And if you guys comment on this video that you guys made it to the end, we're going to connect with you. We're going to send you one of those sticker packs, and you guys can sticker up your local, whatever, cafe or whatever you go to, or some stop signs on your street. That's a thing in some places. So
you might even go to a adult beverage location.
Maybe, but it does look really good on your toolboxes. So, maybe a Boxo toolbox and then stick this right on it. It'll look really,
or on your
really
computer.
Good.
Right. Show it off to your friends.
All right, guys. Well, that's going to wrap it up for us. Thank you for sticking through. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Leave us a comment. Give us a thumbs up. And let's see you guys in another one.
Later.